was like, whoa.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. Underdog is dropping fire promos all season long, so make sure y'all check the app to see what's live right now. If you're new to Underdog, use code It Is What It Is when you sign up, play $5, and they'll drop $50 in bonus funds your way. So here's how Underdog works. You pick at least 2 of your favorite players, make an entry, and if they hit, you win. It's just that easy. So if you want to play, Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including Georgia, Texas, and Missouri. And then make sure that y'all use that code It Is What It Is to get a bonus offer. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mace and Cam.
Killer, you back, man.
Yeah, I'm back, man.
Yeah, you got your shirt on. Yeah, I see it, Clarett.
Yeah, Mo was on today. You know, let me move this out the way. It's the least I could do is wear the Maurice. He made 100 shirts for us.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ajax, you know, Sham little brother. He make the jersey. A lot of niggas know Mo ain't good. A lot of niggas ain't know Mo went to the Broncos, man. So I bought my Broncos shirt. I got one for you and I got one for shout out to Ajax. He made the jersey, so.
I like that, Clarett.
Yeah, he got one for you, Murder, and one for you. So Stack got the home team.
Mo, how you feel when niggas wearing your jersey, man?
Yeah, look, you see I'm smiling, man. He made me smile, man.
Yeah, man, because, nigga, you know, it didn't necessarily end. First of all, the story's still going on right now, but it ain't ended at Ohio State, nigga. The fuck is they talking about, nigga? We made it to the NFL for a second, nigga.
Yeah, but even doing that make people more interested in the story.
Yeah.
And so since the story keeps going on and they get a chance to watch me on the platform, like, things are well now. I'm rich now.
Yeah.
I can talk about shit now.
Yeah,
I couldn't talk
that shit,
before,
nigga.
but I can
That's
talk
what I
now.
like to hear. Talk that shit, nigga.
He said things are well now. I'm rich now. Hey. I like that.
Playing with a nigga money.
Yeah, I'm on my reparations tour right now.
That's
Well, I'll tell you this. I appreciate the platform because people get a chance to see me get better over time and they get a chance to see me do it on this platform. So thanks to both of y'all. I know I said it in the text message, but I really appreciate it because I'm front and center now.
Yo, listen, man.
You front and center as well, but
but we know what you're saying. We get
know
it.
what you meant.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, Mo. I'm trying to show people my same growth, but they won't let me. Pause. I'm trying to grow up out here. They won't let me do shit. I'm trying to be a positive person out here, and they won't let me. So I guess your growth pause is part of my growth. I go through you. I heard also, go ahead, Mo.
No, I was sad in a serious way, man. You know, one of my favorite parts of the week is getting on the show, you know, laughing, joking with y'all. And I was asking myself, like, why do you like it so much? But, you know, to be in my 40s and to be doing like a cool thing with black people, to be doing a show, to be growing up, to grow out of all that shit, and to genuinely like the people who you doing the show with, it's a cool thing to me. But I do get you when you say, you know, you try to grow up in a certain shit to try to pull you back down. I be having those moments, but part of seeing y'all growing up and matured is, you know, it becomes encouraging to me. Sounds corny, it sounds crazy even saying it, but it's real.
No, we appreciate it. I heard y'all talking too when I wasn't here talking about the Bengals loss, so I got low. You know what?
That did happen.
Listen, Brown.
They had a whole cartoon about you. You saw it?
I know I missed it, but I
You
can
didn't
imagine.
see the cartoon?
I can imagine.
When they had you with the sailor hat on,
No,
where they said the
no,
ship
the
is going down.
Yeah,
But the captain,
Yeah.
where's the captain?
I can imagine, man. Listen, Brown, and I set you up. And I set you up for the alley-oop. You set me up for failure. I tried to get you the Tom Brady, the Tony Romo story. I tried to get you the what's my nigga named Kurt Warner story. Shit just went out the window, man. And I think the defense just took off too because they said, "Fuck it, Joe ain't here. Why should we be working?" But I peeped y'all. I see what
even Arabia threw a shot in.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I'll tell you this much. This is what I will say. Arabia, Stat, we all got the same record. You, Maurice, and Mike are still not ahead of the Cleveland Browns. Ahead of the Cincinnati Bengals. So Arabia and Stat, they caught up to me. You, Murder, Mike, and Maurice. Maurice, y'all niggas came back. That Browns game was kind of sensational the way y'all beat Green Bay, man.
Yeah, look, look. One, I say misery love company.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I
Mo, you bowing out? You saying misery like company?
No, you see, he couldn't take his L by himself, so.
Yeah. Harlem, nigga. Definitely ain't taking the L, though. I'm going to go down with the ship, but I'm bringing some niggas with
me. Right. I'll just say it was too good not to talk about it because you were really hyping up Browning. And that's exactly how things go, too. As soon as you say, like, just wait, I'm going to give him that moment. Of course.
Look, I'll be honest, I don't know the nigga.
Now he doesn't
I don't know the nigga like that, man. Don't say I don't be trying to help people out.
You trying to give him a shot.
Yeah, I don't really know the nigga, Murder, so whatever. Joe, my man.
That's one. But like you said, we are on the same boat. Mace will eventually catch up. It's gonna happen, but
Stat, you guys are up one game, Stat, and it's week 3. It's week 3.
I think it's.
You wasn't saying that last year.
Yeah,
last year, it was a whole nother tune. Y'all still ain't get a win yet. It was all that this time last year.
Right. But now it's only week 3. No, we'll see what happens with your team. But okay, let's start with the Giants. So they're planning to start Jaxson Dart and bench Russell Wilson ahead of their matchup versus the Chargers. Maurice, do you think this is a good decision?
I think it's a great decision. And the fact of the matter is, I think when I saw this topic, I was saying to myself, sometimes we look at athletes the way we look at entertainers. And what I mean by that is that, with entertainers, when they make a hit record, you'll fall in love with them and you'll realize that, these guys don't need to be in shape or be at their greatest moment to, replay that record. And with athletes, man, when they have a great season, we seem to try to relive that moment over and over again, or you're trying to recapture that in some capacity. And with Russell Wilson, just seeing him bounce around to the Steelers and then eventually coming to the Giants, and he had his moment against the sorry Cowboys. People were holding on for him to do something great for too long. But, he stunk it up, and he's a little bit older in his career. And, now it's time for the mantle to proverbially be moved to Jaxson Dart. So I'm looking forward to see what the rookie does. The Giants fan base is looking forward to it too. And so that's my take on it.
Yeah, I'm not ready to pause. I'm not ready for that. Nah. Russ just got there. It's only been 3 weeks for Sierra to go out with La. You can't stop the party this early. They got to leave Russ in there, pause, at least for another week. Week 4, if he doesn't do well, I would say move on from him, but at least the man just had 400 yards. This is New York. This
Cowboys.
Is typical New York. The man just had 400 yards. He comes back the next week, stink it up. His average is at least 280 yards right now, 280 yards. You can't put Russ on the bench just yet. But it's New York, so it's always, what have you done for me lately?
Let me ask you a question, Murder.
Come on now.
I'm just asking you a question. You play for Young Life. This is an amateur AAU team when we was younger. I played for them briefly, but mainly Gauchos. But I'm asking Murder. You play for Young Life.
Yeah.
I play for Gauchos.
Mm-hmm.
I get the Young Life. I love Gauchos. I'm coming to play with y'all. My first game, I get 9 points. Second game, I scored 30. Next game, I scored 7. What you telling Sheeb and Thurm? What you gonna tell the coaches like? Or what you gonna tell?
Might not be like that. He might have a good game.
What you gonna tell Mamsie?
Yeah.
What you gonna tell Marston Peace? What you gonna tell
he
Marquis
might have a
Nick?
good game.
I don't know. The nigga ain't like.
The nigga had a lucky
That's what I
game.
expected you to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I expected you to say.
You brought me back. You brought me back.
You gonna be like,
the nigga had a lucky game.
Yeah, man. He ain't like that, man.
You know, and now he's coming back to himself.
Yeah.
That's really him. The nigga we saw last week is the one who he really is.
Yeah, I already know. You get the new nigga who's supposed to be nice and he ain't doing what you expect. I know you personally.
Yeah.
That's why
I don't have the time.
Yeah, that's what you gonna tell niggas. Brought this nigga over here. He taking the floor up. He ain't cutting right. Listen, I already know you. That's why
he running ice cream. He ain't getting no baskets.
Yeah, exactly.
Nigga sending me through balls and all that.
Fuck is he to send me through, waving me off, and then gonna miss it that time? I already know you, son. I already knew that's the same way you got to treat this situation.
Yeah, you're right.
What I would say is that I think this. Look, it came down to this. It's been pressure, and I have no reason why. Maybe Nick could tell you when you tune in to Nick's show. Nick has his own show as well, and he's a super duper Giant fan. But yeah, it's like this, bro. I agree with Mace to a certain extent. 3 games, yeah, cool. But this is when everybody's under pressure. This is what happens when your head coach is under pressure for his job. This is what happens when your GM is under pressure for his job. Because at the end of the day, all these niggas was told without being told that you on a 1-year deal. This shit about to be up if y'all don't get it right this season as far as the bull. I always pronounce this wrong, but that's the head coach and the general manager. They already like, yo, y'all better get it right this year. We kept y'all niggas because we was thinking about getting rid of y'all niggas. But we kept y'all niggas, so get it together. And their job's on the line. What I will say about this is that I don't know if the Giants have enough weapons to where it's just going to be resolved about putting the quarterback in. Just because you put Jaxson Dart in, that doesn't mean he's coming to save the Giants. Is that O-line ready for him? Is the Giants defense ready for him? The niggas in the trenches and in the secondary. I know they got some great receivers, but are they going to be on point? I think this was just purely a decision based on the head coach's jobs and the general manager's jobs. And they said, we got to do something before it's too late, because Michael Irvin told us, you know, 0-2 is not good, but 0-3, you enter in dangerous waters. And I think that's what this is about. But my thing is this. The real question is this, and maybe I could throw it to Stat with this question, is because Russell Wilson. Shout out to Uncle Russ. What up, Uncle Russ? I don't know where you at these days. Living the real mysterious life.
That's New York for you.
Murder told me you seen Russ creeping one of these snakes. Uncle Russ, man. But yeah, Russell Wilson. The real question is this, because starting this weekend, you become a journeyman.
Yeah.
You're not Russell Wilson's starting quarterback. You are now a backup for the New York Giants. And unless a team that really, really needs a quarterback bad, that's kind of where he's going to be as a backup quarterback moving forward for the rest of their career. So I asked Stat this, is that could Sierra deal with the help? Because now he's the help. He isn't starting, so now he becomes the help. Would you mess with the help?
They're nice.
It's actually
nice though. Like,
that was
he's
a
a
good,
nice human.
Yeah,
nice human.
And don't get me wrong,
Nice
she was
human.
with him when he was the starter, but now he just became the help. How you feel about your man becoming the help?
I mean, if you started with them, you gotta finish with them.
I'm just asking you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a nice, like,
because you gotta
nice
imagine them
man.
convos, mother. Like, so what you gonna do? You gonna tell them the truth? Because you know it's almost over. That's Sierra friends on the phone. You gotta.
You gotta tell him that. I mean, and he's playing behind Jaxson Dart now. This is a white boy that got the cane cuts in his eyebrow.
Yeah, we'll see.
So he might be ready for New York.
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
he might have another run. Because if Tua is not healthy, I could really see, Russell Wilson in Miami would be perfect.
And Sierra would like that.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, y'all know where I stand with Russ because I have been saying this since last season.
Don't start that.
No, I'm just being honest. Like, I lost a lot of hope for him, but
Because you see how tall he was and he wasn't up to your height.
that was a very
your height.
big factor too. But I will add, I kind of feel bad. And I know it's football and you can't feel bad, but given the circumstances, it's like to your point, I don't really know if he'll ever be a starting quarterback again because I feel like he's getting older. Like I said before, I don't think he plays like he used to. And I feel like we've seen a lot of inconsistent numbers from Russell Wilson. Like, yes, he had a good game versus the Cowboys, but you can't just have good games that don't translate to wins. But at the same time, it's like, I can't say it's fair or not because it's football, but he did play the Commanders and he did play the Cowboys and then the Chiefs. Those are not easy teams to beat also. So it's like
Cowboys is easy.
Well,
yeah.
And they got no motherfucking
Chiefs.
Micah Parsons there.
Well,
Come on, man.
but they are still in general, those are harder teams to beat. I'm not going to say every team can just beat them, even though given this season so far, they haven't been doing so well, but given the name, they are not considered easy teams. That's what I would argue. So I just feel like given the circumstances, he's just not really been in good
He got
situations.
3
what I'm saying is
touchdowns and
this.
3 interceptions, so that's really not
My
good.
thing is, you saying team big in name. Like, when's the last time you been to Blockbuster and got a fucking VHS tape? Like, they used to be a big name. Just because the name is big, that don't mean that they're doing good.
Yeah.
Cowboys just got blown out by the Bears.
Yeah.
They stinking up. But you're right. It's probably the biggest name in American sports. You cannot argue that factor.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched the VHS tape in I don't know how long, Murder.
Which is fair. That's a great comparison. I can't even be mad at that. I'm just saying the situation.
Do y'all like Russ in Miami?
I think Russ should just go do media commentating. I think he should just stop.
Look, but you got to think about this, right? Think about
serious.
it. Not just Miami, but North Carolina too. They stunk it up. But the whole thing about it is that. First of all, don't feel bad for Russ. He made $36 million last year from a team that he didn't even play for.
That is true.
And he got $100 million contract. Financially, he's not the help. Financially. I'm just talking about if you one of them females that's in the image, then he's out. Financially, he is super duper set. But you can't really feel bad for him. He had his chance. But let's think about other people. Joe Flacco was sitting home on the couch. We didn't think that we would see this emergence from Geno Smith. We thought it was over for him after, even though it's not as bad because it's kind of quick. Let's think about, even though it's 1 year removed, let's think about, we didn't know where the fuck Daniel Jones. We thought he might be playing in Canada. So it's not over. Anything could happen. But today marks the beginning of the journey. And maybe your journey may lead you back to starting. Or maybe your journey may lead you to what Stan said, commentating.
Which is all like that would be great. I think, sometimes you got to consider other options and it might be about that time. I think this might be one of his last seasons. I know another team could benefit from him, but I don't think they're going to benefit from him that much. So, quick little question before we move on to the next topic. So, if Jaxson Dart does bad, Maurice, do you think then they should consider putting Jameis Winston in, or do you think they continue to let Dart grow?
I think this goes back to what Cam was talking about, and I think the influence for the head coach and the general manager feeling like their jobs are on the line comes from what happened with the Jets last year, where they basically moved everybody out and got a new regime. But I think what they're doing is giving their coach a chance to say, "Hey, this is the guy who you wanted and drafted. Let's see him all the way out." At the end of the day, you're going to get what you're going to get with Jameis Winston, but you have to give the rookie, what he'll have, 14 weeks to kind of see what he's made of. And if he starts to play or look promising, that'd be a way to say, hey, let's build some other pieces around him to make him a player. But if he doesn't, those guys may have to go, but they'll stick with the kid just because he's a first round pick.
Mace, what do you think?
What's the question again?
Yeah, basically, do they continue to let Jaxson Dart grow, or if he does bad, do they put Jameis Winston and let him try?
Oh yeah, I think no matter what, you leave Jameson out. You just Jameson is good for the locker room to rally people up, get them excited about something that's not going to happen. He will be good for ministry, you know. He will be good for church. He definitely can get the crowd going and get people's hope up. But when it comes to football, that would be a great analyst too, right there.
Yeah.
You know. But I think you stay with the young boy. He got the cuts in his eyebrows. I told you, like Kane. So he might be looking forward to balling in New York. I'm for that right now.
And then moving along. So Andy Reid and Travis Kelce got into what looked like a pretty heated altercation on the sidelines versus their game versus the Giants. Maurice, do you view these arguments with Travis Kelce as a tantrum? And then do you think it's a bad look, or is that just what happens in football?
I think it's a bad look now. I think, a few years ago when he had more, tread on the tires and had, yards to give, and he was a bigger contributor to the offense, and they had, more pieces around him to win, I don't think it was a big deal. I think people categorize it as, hey, man, these guys are just passionate and they're getting into it and they want to win. But sometimes what was tolerable yesterday isn't tolerable today.
Mm-hmm.
The circumstances are that they're just a bad team. And oftentimes, people can't read the room and just says, hey, man, how you used to act before and how you're acting now just doesn't work. And when things aren't working, all the things that don't work become highlighted. And when you're trying to get back on the right track and trying to get back into being a playoff team, what some of the things you need is just like, what works and who's doing the things to help me work. And, arguing with your coach on the sideline, guys who aren't from the Chiefs culture, they may look at that and say, hey, that's just what guys do. And when you're trying to, do something new, you don't need that type of behavior inside the locker room.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agreement with you, Mo. When it comes to this championship team and this championship locker room, when you got people like Kelce not agreeing with the coach is a terrible look, because when you want that camaraderie with that type of team, you need your stars to buy in. Even if they're yesterday's stars, I think they need an emergency meeting. Kelce is beside himself. Andy Reid is the coach of that team. And get this, ever since Taylor Swift came, it's just been a problem. I know we got the Swifties out there, but he's taking this too far. It's starting to, I hope it doesn't get to the point where it looked like, Bill Belichick, where he's just on the sideline making a problem for us. But, at this point, he got to get more catches to be arguing with the coach.
You know what, Mo? You made a great point. And I'm going to tell you something similar to what you just said. So they was arguing last year or the year before, whatever it was, but they were winning. So it looks passionate. It looks like this, and even when they talked about it after the game, they was like, yo, man, we love each other, nigga. That's just two competitors on the same team that want to win. So when you're winning, it looks great. But then when you're losing, it looks like it's a headache. It looks like it's problems, because they had worse confrontations last year or the year before last than the one on the sideline the other day. And the comparison is, I'm going to give you this, and I'm saying this not for no diss or not no clout or none of this shit. I'm just telling you a true story. Irv Gotti, God bless the dead, came to my house one time. And he was like, yo, man, I need you to talk to Dame Dash for me, Cam. He said, you might be the last one that'll listen to Dame. I said, what happens? He said, Dame is always Dame. But when he's winning and he's up, his craziness seems like he's genius. When he's down and he's acting crazy, he looks crazy. So his personality is all the same, always been the same, but his circumstances make people look at you differently because of what your circumstance is. So if he's up, he looks like a crazy genius. If he's down, he just looks crazy. Same thing that we're talking about right here with Kelce and the coach. We're sitting there saying, when you're arguing on the sidelines and you're winning, that's passion. That's what you want to do. When you're arguing on the sidelines and you're not winning, it looks like Murder got to call you out for the Swifties, and Kelce, you ain't making enough catches.
Yeah.
And niggas got to get everything right.
It's your hair doing all that.
All that counts when you 1-2. When you 3-0, Murder would have been like, man, they good. Them niggas is like, well, let's figure that out. 1-2 is a problem with niggas. 3-0 is cool. So that's why I gave that kind of analyzation comparing that situation.
Yeah, 3-0, you could get a Frohawk. You know, you start doing weird hairdos and we down 0-3. Niggas want to know what's going on with you, man.
So I also want to add this because I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. So a professional lip reader basically translated the argument. So it's not confirmed that this is what was said, but this is what the lip reader said.
Professional lip reader?
Yeah, you know, that's why people be like
crazy.
this. Well, I mean, you already know.
That's
people
why
be like
people
this.
be like this.
Yeah, because you don't need nobody trying to figure out what you're saying when you're having a private conversation. But yeah, so when Kelce walked over to Andy Reid, Andy Reid said, tell me why I shouldn't kick you off. And then he had bumped his chest. And then he said, how about that? So then Travis Kelce responded, it's my ankle. I need to see a doc about that. I could have saved that if it wasn't for that. So Maurice, hearing that context, does that make you think, I mean, I know Travis Kelce's position isn't going to be replaceable, but does that make you think anything different between the conversation between the coaches and how Travis Kelce's been playing?
No, this is going to be, you know how like nobody heard about what went on between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick till the end of it and things started to get bad. This is going to be the same thing. And when you look back on it, you'll say that was one of those moments that we knew there was more to it. And, you know, people start to unravel their relationship when they realize that it wasn't what it once was. And you're watching it right now. But I tell you what's happening, the general managers and the head coaches and all the people who run the team, they're saying, how do the young guys who haven't been a part of this dynasty to make it to what it is, how do they receive that information, knowing that we're rebuilding and we're not the same championship team? So I think there's more. I think there's more to it, but you know, that's my take on it. I don't want to ramble on.
Yeah, I really believe this is where Patrick Mahomes is going to have to step in, because really to salvage the situation, because if it gets too out of hand, it's going to totally disrupt the continuity of this team. So this is those times where the captain or whoever the quarterback is got to step in for the sake of the team, not per se to take Andy Reid's side or to come and vouch for his boy Travis Kelce. It's just like, you know, this is not the team of last year or the team before. So, you know, things are going to change and the ball is going to be paused, redistributed to other people. And he's going to have to be okay with that, because right now, if you're arguing with the coach and it's only going to play out in the schemes, it's only going to play out in the plays, and it's going to be more frustration for him to come, especially as he's getting older and they're trying to go in a new direction. And some of the hardest people to argue with are the people who used to be good, right? Not that he's not good anymore, but those are the hardest people to talk to, because they're still seeing themselves as what they used to be. And it's like, no, it's a new day. Right. You're not catching the passes that like you used to catch, and every time you get the ball where you're moving the chain up and you're a first down waiting to happen. Now it's like, no, you're not. We more know you for this relationship, but that holds no value on this football field right now.
I'm gonna say this, man. I ain't jacking no lip readers. If I ain't hear that shit come out of Travis Kelce mouth or Andy Reid mouth, I'm not jacking it.
Too much AI?
I ain't going that too, but my thing is about this murder. I want Nick. We're gonna go to the clip. Well, you know what? I don't want to interrupt what's got going on. But when we come out of break, we'll show a clip of what I'm about to tell you. When I seen a lady doing this sign language, and she wasn't really the sign language lady at a crime scene, and she was doing this, and she was like. And I was like, and then come to find out she been scamming these niggas, all these police companies for months. She never knew what somebody really knew sign language. Like, yo.
What is she doing?
Yo, she ain't doing all this shit. We gonna go to the clip. Ever since that, lip readers, sign language niggas, I can't trust none of them. And we got to trust some of them. But you got to get it trusted. So I can't go with a random Reid leader and try and make an analyst off what they said about these niggas. I'm not jacking it because these people out here pump faking. Everybody trying to get $1. Now, I bet you this lady will get hired for all type of shit because she's the NFL lip reader. Yo, who gave you the right? Who is this lip reader? Where'd you go to school for it? We don't even know. I'm not giving an analyst on this because I'm not jacking lip readers or sign language people, so I know they super duper official because I've been duped too many times in my face on television. And then they tell us 3-4 days later, the woman that you watched give this sign language, she actually wasn't saying anything that the people were saying. So I'm out. I don't have a comment on it.
That's a good take. Maybe be mad at that, but they do that for a living. So
I was trying because I knew about it when y'all was talking. I said, let me do the history. They said she got a whole record of this shit.
Yeah.
How long they been letting her get away with it? Who's double checking? Like, how do you double check the sign? Like, yo, make sure she's official because you got to know sign language to make sure she's official. Imagine that interview knowing you don't know sign language and you just in there like, I'm going for the job, and then you on the news and then somebody calls you out.
Fair point. Okay, last question regarding the Chiefs before we go to break, because I know the audience wants to see that video because that's pretty funny. We see that Travis Kelce has been visibly frustrated. So, Maurice, do you think that the Chiefs could potentially be in a rebuilding phase right now as we're watching, or do you think that they are just fine?
No, it's rebuilding. They have, between injuries, between inconsistencies, between the low number of points, I just think they're in the rebuilding phase. But we're watching somebody. It's no difference in a person. You're just watching a person or a team rebuild their lives in front of our faces, and this is basically what you're looking at.
Stat, this is becoming a conspiracy between you, Maurice, and Killer. Stat, what? Where do you get these questions from? Let me tell you guys something that are watching today, right?
This is more questions actually today.
Oh, these are more questions?
Yes.
That's why I said it's a conspiracy through all of you, because this is what happened. Like if you pick up a magazine, they say, oh, Cam says this. Is Cam for real? Is this person for real? It's the way you ask the question that sets up the whole conversation. So right now, you guys are trying to say we're rebuilding. So what happens when we come back and win the AFC?
You sound triggered.
Oh.
We're just talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Nobody said you. You said that. Nobody singled you out.
You see the conspiracy, Nick? Do you see the conspiracy here?
Nobody singled you out.
I got one person staging the questions, another person working on how they say it, Killer coming in, pause on the side. I can't win, you know?
Mace, we just asking about the Chiefs. They're known for winning. So they're not winning, so they're going to be talked about for not winning. Man.
This is what I'm trying to say is 2 games. Nobody crowns the champs, Mo, in 2 weeks, right? So you go through these 2 weeks of us losing, right? And then we bounce back. I mean, we could ask this question next week, but not today. Is too early for that.
If you were evaluating somebody's music and you heard 2 records off of something that's supposed to be 14 records, could you tell if that person is good or bad?
Of course. Mo.
Expert.
Good question, man. That's a good question.
Great.
That was dope. That was hot.
That was good.
That was hot. That was a good one, Mo.
Mo.
Sounds a good one.
I see how you moving.
I don't want to listen to the album. I don't want to listen to the rest of the album. Shit trash, man.
Mo been acting different ever since he put on the suits and all this.
That's a good question.
See, when somebody disagrees, not everybody acting different. It's okay for us to not agree.
And it's okay if people act different. We're just acknowledging what's going on. The boy got on suits now. He's tailor-made. He's acting tailored, you know.
But that's also
I'm going to keep my eye on him.
That's
Pause.
the same way that we're acknowledging that something's going on with the Chiefs. That's who you really need to be keeping an eye on, because why is it a big difference from this season to last season? That's what I'm saying. Clock it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, twin.
Just an observation, and I think a lot of people are seeing. So that's your team. You claim them. We're going to ask the expert.
All right. I mean, if you're asking me, I don't think we're in a rebuild. Maybe I'm in a denial. Maybe I'm on Michael Irvin Street, you know? We're not in a rebuild. We're the best team in all of football. I think this week will show that. It'll show that last week wasn't a fluke. And then we'll be basking in another weekend just that quick. We got to 500.
If they don't win this game, it's going to be definitely some talks about rebuilding. And the thing about it, that this is a really must-win for both teams. You got Lamar Jackson coming in there at 1-2.
Yeah.
And then you got Patrick Mahomes at 1-2. So neither one of them, probably neither one of these organizations probably even thought that they would be coming in 1-2. The worst case scenario, 2-1, or they might have both been thinking they coming in 3-0, not thinking this is a must-win for both of them. But when I say rebuild it, I don't know if it's necessarily rebuild it because.
Thank you, Cam.
You're welcome, Merla. But the whole thing about it is, what I was going to say is this. I don't know what makes really. I don't know if you want to thank me yet, because last segment, Mace just was talking about you're not catching the catches that you used to catch. You're not getting the yardage that you used to get. You're not the person that you once was. And then more talk about the Swifties. So if you don't get rid of Travis Kelce, you have to start rebuilding to get some of the old pieces out of there eventually. And Mace kind of said that, but he doesn't I just don't think he likes the word rebuilding. Do the Chiefs need some more key players to add to their offense and their defense and some key pieces? Yeah, so maybe those are better words than rebuilding.
Yeah, we get Rice back and the other guy, we're ready to play again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's a rebuild. They just hurt.
Yeah, my thing is if we get Joe Burrow back, we wouldn't lose no games either if we just get niggas back.
Very good point.
We just bringing niggas magically from the fantasy league. Oh, I get what y'all doing today. Yo, this is crazy. Nick, I'm out here by myself, realistically. But it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll see what happens for their next game. It is a must-win game, so we'll see.
So if we win this game and we're back 500, are y'all ready to get nervous again?
I mean, me personally, I'm not nervous yet because it's really going to be dependent on this game.
But after we win it, if we win it in impressive fashion, Mo, Cam, all of the Avengers against Thanos, I'm up here by myself collecting rings. If we win this game, are y'all ready to say the boys are back in town? That's all I want to know.
I'll answer first one.
That's all I want to know, Cam. Without all of the other stuff, just a yes or no.
No, I'm never nervous. I don't play for the NFL. I ain't that deeply entrenched to be nervous, but I think this is a form we call it spin. It's called reverse psychology, but we'll just call it boomerang psychology. Mace is nervous, so he's just pushing his nervous energy off on niggas. Because I can imagine this nigga like, the fuck is niggas doing it now? Or if he wake up and see the score, like, nah, I gotta go. I think that's what, look, my team hasn't won in I don't know how long. Neither has that of Mo team. You're the one that's nervous. We used to not winning. So you're the one who's feeling the way like they fucking up. I don't want to use the over and under title town. So that's how your nervous energy reflecting on us. Fuck we nervous for. None of our team won a championship in years. Stat probably the closest. I went to the Super Bowl, 4 or 5 years ago and lost. So.
Okay, so we're actually going to switch gears to basketball because Zion Williamson looks a little different, but we will discuss after the break.
Another sign language interpreter accused of signing total gibberish. This time it was at the police news conference announcing an arrest in the Tampa serial killings.
We will be charging 4 counts of first-degree murder.
Standing off to the side, apparently translating every word, this woman.
We received over 5,000 tips in this case.
But it turns out much of what she was signing was nonsense.
Okay, y'all, so it's been a minute, but it is back. So every Wednesday during the football season, we're calling Underdog to discount a player's projection just for y'all. We're locking in one player every week. We pick a guy, lower his number, and make it easier for you to win. So Cam, who are we looking at this week?
This week, I think we're going to go with Trey McBride. Underdog has him at 64.5, but I'd like him at 50. Let me call Underdog up, man. Yeah, yo. It's me, Flea. Stop acting stupid. Yeah, listen. We talk about that later. I called about one thing. Look, Trey McBride, y'all got him at 64.5 receiving yards. I want to move that to 50 for my fans using code CARE. 50. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to. We're going to talk about that later, but Trey McBride at 50. Peace, beloved. Thank you. It's done.
Okay, yeah.
Got it.
I just checked, and Cam got y'all right. So they moved Trey McBride from 64.5 to 50. So the discount is live right now until kickoff tomorrow night. So new and existing customers, go cook you an entry with that. Just make sure you sign up and make a deposit with code It Is What It Is. Next week, it'll be a new player, new discount, same deal every Wednesday. Welcome back. So Zion Williamson has been committed to intense boxing and football workouts this past summer. He said, I haven't felt like this since college. And if you guys see the transformation, Zion looks very different, definitely looks a lot slimmer. So Maurice, what do you think of his transformation? And then do you have faith in him for this upcoming season?
Well, I was happy for him, because he's been publicly criticized about, being overweight and not taking the the sport, the professional ranks as serious as people thought he should take it. So I was excited about it, but at this level, it comes down to can he maintain the weight that he's at, and does he have the discipline, once you start traveling on the road and, you've had a history more or less of not being disciplined. So, I would be interested and I'm hopeful for him that he's a little bit more mature. He's probably been around people who's changed his mentality about being a professional and taking advantage of it. So I'm happy for him. Hope that he maintains it. But more than that, hopefully he fixes his personal life, with all the women and the crazy shit that he had going on with that. And he focuses on basketball and become, the player that everybody thinks that he can be.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it was AI. I'm not going to lie. At first glance, I was like, wow. They're probably trying to motivate Zion, but knowing that that's real now, I think it's a nightmare for the West Coast. I think it's a nightmare. If Zion comes in that kind of shape, is not the sky's the limit for the Pelicans, but it should be a really, really exciting NBA season for Zion. Because when he's in shape, nobody could guard him. There's nobody on the floor that could check him. So I think this is great for that team, and I look forward to watching them.
I ain't jacking nothing Zion do, man. I ain't jacking it. Every year it's a transformation. Oh, did you see Zion in off-season? Nah, his finger, his leg is better, his ankle's better. Yo, he lost weight, da-da-da-da-da. I ain't feel this good since I was in college. You just was in college. It's the last time we seen you play a full game, just about, man. It's looking like he been in the league out of college for so long. My nigga, you actually, if you did 4 years, you only been in the NBA for 2 years. I'm not jacking nothing with Zion, except for them bitches be on his dick, pause. That's all I can testify to. They be chasing Zion down, the porn stars, the strippers, all the bitches that your mother tell you don't deal with. They chasing that nigga. I'm not jacking nothing. As far as basketball, nope, I'm not jacking it. Now, it's two the ways we can look at this. Zion lost a lot of weight, and Zion's not that tall to be a power forward, but he's really strong. And when he is in shape, and we do get to see him play, we see him move a lot of people out the way with his body. And losing this much weight, I don't know if he's going to have that same strength. I'm not saying he's slimmed down to where he doesn't have muscle, but this is the slimmest I ever seen him. So that's when you go to the basket and you're moving people out the way, is that same body strength still going to be there? Hopefully it still is, and he just turned it into muscle, but I don't know. It's the same thing like when you look at Luka, right? We see this skinny-ass Luka get ready to come into the NBA this year, and like Mo just said, to be totally honest with you, I hope these guys are doing it just not for basketball because, eating right and everything else helps you live longer. So for you, being healthy, period, in life. But basketball, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like with Luka, he lost all this weight, but he was the best nigga, it depends on who you're talking to, when he was out of shape. Maybe some niggas need to be out of shape. The nigga right now today, Luka, right now today, as you go to the record books, Luka is second in playoff scoring ever. He's not 30. He's second behind Michael Jordan. He averages 30.2 in the playoffs and didn't even really play in the playoffs last year. So he's second all time in playoff scoring. He ranked in that year they went to the championship with Dallas and they lost to Boston. He ranked number one in every statistical category there was. Scoring, points. As much as you say he's not in shape, he ranked number one in steals. So sometimes you got a nigga doing too much. Not saying he shouldn't be in shape, but now what if he don't play the same? Maybe he needed to drink that Coors after the game, that Heineken, that Bud Light, whatever he was drinking after the game, because that's what keep him on his D. I'll say this, I used to give this crackhead money.
I can't hide my faces for the life of me.
You don't have to stat. It's all good,
What would
man.
you give the money for?
Well, murder, we cool with a lot of crackheads growing up, so it's a different... Stat, you don't know a crackhead that you cool with?
Mm-mm.
Nah.
I don't think I've ever met a crack, or maybe I wouldn't know.
Nah, you got mad crackheads where we come from, and they mad cool. And they got a lot of knowledge, too, and they help move TVs and air conditioners and all type of shit. They mad cool, you know what I'm saying? But I got this crackhead that nigga was mad funny, man. He used to have the signs and shit. Yo, what's the best city?
The best city to me? Miami.
His sign said generosity. Gave him $15 for that. I like that. Generosity. We got some creative niggas out there.
No, that's good.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Generosity.
That was a good one.
What's the best nation?
Donation.
See, murder, I'm trying to quit stat. That's what I'm saying. I give niggas a little $7, $8 whenever I got there behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had the one sign. I gave him $25 behind the sign. Nigga had the sign. He said, "Yo, I'm not homeless. I need money for Kung Fu lessons. Ninjas stole my family." Nigga, 25. Ninjas stole your family. I need money for Kung Fu lessons. Take the 25, nigga. The more the story is, he cleaned himself up, and he wasn't that funny. And the jokes he was telling me, I wouldn't give him $1 for. Just got whacked. They was trash. But hey, he was clean. Jokes fell off, but he was clean. When he had them joints funny up since it's hilarious. I can't pay for the clean you, but I respect it. You don't know what you get with Luka and Zion. So go ahead and try and clean him up and make him skinny. You will not get the best city is generosity. if that's what you want. Hopefully it'll work out. That's all I gotta say about that.
The analogies are just so that's what I say. You guys just lived a different life.
Yeah.
I think I remember when I went to New York, Suge took me to the city and he was introducing me to the neighborhood crackheads. He's like, I talk to them all the time.
Yeah, that's
I was
what
like, I don't do this.
Yeah, they people.
Well, I know.
They people too, man.
They're functional.
Yeah, man, and you gotta realize, man, this is what I say. Don't get me wrong. If you still smoking crack, cool, but this is dead serious. If you start in the 90s, that's on you. because you seen what it could do to you if you started smoking crack. If you start smoking crack after 88, 89, I ain't got no sympathy for you. But if you started smoking crack when it came out, 82, 83, 84, 85,
You didn't know.
You ain't know it's recreational drug. You ain't know that shit was going to have you selling your kids. You ain't know this shit was going to have you selling your body, doing whatever you could for your next high. So I don't fault the test runners the first 4 years. After 89, no pity. If that's what you want to do, that you seen what it did to everybody. Yeah, you see what it just did to niggas. So that's all.
Wow. Life y'all have lived. I don't even have any words for
But
that.
Zion looking at the pictures, he does look a little too skinny.
It could work out in his favor, though. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll give him that.
I'm just saying,
a skinny power forward, though?
It could work in his favor. Okay. You just never know. I don't know yet.
That's why I gave the generosity sign. We'll see.
Yeah.
I ain't like him when he cleaned up.
Right. So obviously with Zion working out and getting skinnier, you have to be disciplined. So in you guys' opinion, to have success in whether it be sports, entertainment, or business, Maurice, gonna let you go first. Is there something else that you think attributes
Real quick, Sam, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yo, rest in peace to the East Side Crackhead. That was his jokes. I forgot he passed away. That was my bro too. So R.I.P. East Side Crackhead. You can actually go to his page. It's pretty funny. It's still up. It's spelled as I said it, East Side Crackhead. Sorry, sir.
No, all good. Shout out East Side Crackhead. I will have to go check out.
Yeah, go check his content.
He freestyles and everything.
Yeah, freestyle all type of shit. Nigga nice too.
Yeah,
You
man.
know him too.
Yeah, he stopped you on the highway.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Lincoln's finest. That's the matter of fact, he's from them projects you went to with Suge.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It was different.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
It was
it's right
definitely an
there.
experience.
Stat thought it was condos on the water.
So she
you
walked
could
till
definitely
she
tell
walk
it's
up
not
in there.
that. Oh.
I had to walk up in there.
I just never been there. He's like, yeah, you got to roll the windows up. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But what I was saying is, Maurice, do you think there's something else that attributes to the success outside of what the public knows when you want to be successful, whether that be in sports, business, or entertainment?
Yeah, I can only speak for myself. But this question came from visualization is a large part of what I do. Whenever I think about doing anything, business, sports, or everything, I didn't realize I was doing it when I was younger. But anything that I feel like I can visualize, whether I'm getting into a new deal, whether I'm doing a show, and I start to visualize what I want the show to experience, to go like, once I visualize something and once it shows up in my mind and once I start speaking to myself, I feel like, that attributes to my success. And I seen Cam one time, I don't know who he was doing an interview with, and he was like, I do affirmations in the mirror every day. And I know they kind of jokingly joked it off, but I was like, oh, that's real because I do affirmations every day. Mm-hmm. But I think people may joke around with it, but how you hone your energy and how you visually just see all the details of stuff and being able to make it happen, I think that attributes to a lot of my success that I have today.
Yeah, I think me and Mo, we're all saying it's probably the same thing. But I like to attribute it to foresight, like just being able to see where something is going before it gets there. So it has a portion of vision in there, but it's more so for me is knowing what each thing leads to the next thing. So always seeing that from the beginning helps you to make decisions and make very bold decisions, even when people don't understand it, because you could see something that's down the line that's going to happen that goes with the thing you're doing today. So I would say foresight.
Yeah, I think what Mo and May said 100% is absolutely correct. But it's also the preparation of knowing what you want to do and the opportunity of doing it. Like we had talked about the 5 Ps the other day. Stat Mace over, he's making some shit up and we was teaming up. But seriously, you have to prepare, and then when the opportunity presents itself, cool. When you sit there and see LeBron James hit a buzzer beater, or you sit there and see Tom Brady throw a bomb for a touchdown and win a Super Bowl, or you see Serena Williams on the tennis court win the U.S. Open, that didn't happen yesterday. That didn't happen with them just going to the gym yesterday and be like, I'm going to work out and be the best at whatever I'm doing today. It takes a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and behind the scenes, people don't see that. They just see what's here today. Same thing. You could sit here and think about this show that we're doing. It's one thing to be like, yo, Murder and Cam and Stat, they gonna do a sports show. It's another thing finding a production company. It's another thing building a set. It's another thing paying for lights. It's another thing buying cameras. It's another thing paying for the right staff. It's another thing. It's not just, yo, let's do a show and we get some microphones and be in our bathroom.
Yeah.
LeBron James is shooting 500 jump shots a night. Tom Brady's probably throwing 100 touchdown passes in his backyard per week. But it takes the preparation and then the vision. Like Mo said, I talked about it before, the vision, you have to have it. Because if you don't see it and just talk about it, and it's kind of, it's a Mace thing. To me, it's kind of, Mace said it more sophisticatedly, the foresight. But I agree with both of them. You have to think about where it's going to be, because you may just be bugging and it's not going to work. And it may not work out. But if you don't have the vision to at least see it trying to go somewhere, where it could go, then it's not going to be nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Murder. I was on Talk with Flea, and I was bringing up, Sin asked me if I ever passed over on the beat. And it just got to a story, and I was like, yo, I remember we was building or trying to be rappers, not even building, just trying to get names for the group or come up with names and concepts and so on and so forth. And somebody we worked with named their company Six Figure Entertainment. We didn't have $1, Mo. Yeah. None of us had $1. But Mace was like, yeah, I can't fuck with him. I said, what happened, Mo? He said, he talking about 6 figures. His expectations is too low for me right now. We ain't have $1. We had no money.
Yeah, we didn't have
no
$1.
money. And this was Mace said. He said, yo, my nigga, his I can't really fuck with your man like that. He's already reaching too low. My nigga, I'm talking about when I say we have $1, we may have had $1.
Yeah.
Literally. Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 3, and we might have just bought chicken wings that
we
night.
Was sharing chips
and all that shit. But if that's your mindset, you already thinking that if he tapping out and at 6, I don't want to be around him.
Yeah, Killer was looking at me like, nigga, you ain't got $1. What are you talking about?
Because you know why?
We can't do that.
Nah, you know why? Because it wasn't about that Mace was wrong, because Mace was right. He's 100% right. But I'm just trying to keep the team together. I'm just trying. He did the beats.
Yeah.
Murder, like I'm
more like listen to the beats. I said I can't listen.
Yeah, I thought I 100% agree with you. So I wasn't about not agreeing with you. I was more like, yo, Murder, let's get $2 because he got the beats. He my man too. Like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with him.
And then we asked Blood, and Blood go,
yeah, Murder do got a point. Why are we tapping out here? So, yeah, but that's part of having a vision of when you're young saying, I'm not settling for that. That's not where I wanted to end at. And you can't disagree with that. Even like me, like when I do freestyles and shit or whatever, I already vision myself sitting in the chair before I get there, because I got to do all this. Nigga, I gotta make sure you know what this shit is about when I'm doing. This is already in my brain before I get to the camera and to the mic. This is me in the car making sure all this is right. From Harlem. This got the match, nigga. All that got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already visioning that before I even do it. So that's why I agree with Mace, the foresight and the vision on both what both you guys were saying.
Yep. So for me, I'm still obviously really early in my career, and I'm still actively learning every single day. That's how I can better myself. But I would say, because I also get asked a lot of questions, because even just being in this position alone, like I always say, it's kind of crazy, because when I look around at like who's doing something similar, I don't see it. Even Black women being in the position that I'm in, like maybe there's like a couple people that I can count on my fingers who are hosting a debate style show, especially with y'all up here, because you guys are so good at what you do. I don't know anybody who does that. My biggest thing I would say it's a vision, because you have to really believe in yourself, because sometimes other people think that what you're doing doesn't make sense, and it's not supposed to make sense for them. It's supposed to make sense to you, but also being comfortable taking risks. And then I would also say, like, there's no right way to do things. Every time people ask me, how did you do this? How did you do that? Like, just because you went to a school that I went to, or you took a class that I took, or you tried, like, doesn't mean that it's going to be the same outcome that I had. You really have to have trial and error within yourself to see what's going to work out for you. And if it's okay if things don't work out, because then you have to be able to recenter yourself and start again, which some people, if the first thing, messes up, they're like, okay, I'm over it. Let me just go back to doing this. Like, if you have a vision and you're confident in your vision, you better work till that vision works out. Because if you don't, you're the only one to fault for that if it doesn't work out how you planned it to. So that's the biggest thing I would say. Trusting in your vision, trusting yourself, taking risks, and then make your own game plan, because you are the game. That's what I would say. So I learn a lot every day. It's super dope being up here, because
we love to have you up here, man.
Yeah. And I appreciate y'all so much for the opportunity, because every day, like, this is my life. Like, people don't understand that. Like, the shit that I get to do now, and then doing what I love, and then just, like, taking in all, the information that I get, and then even just, like, the guests that we had, like, it's the dopest thing in the world, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So it's dope being up here. Hopefully I gave y'all a little gem, and hopefully y'all continue to learn too. That's what I'll say.
That's what's up.
But with that being said, y'all, that is all the time that we have for today. Maurice, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Mo, good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you.
Very consistent with the suits, man.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
Yes,
And shout out to our subscribers. We're close to 1 million. We need you guys. I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're not hating while you're waiting, hit the subscribe.
Yeah, hey, yo,
Get
listen.
us to 1 million, man.
That's
we
a
should have
fact.
been at 1 million.
Yeah, yo, you know what? I miss Sim was telling me about that, and I heard what you in Arabia you got a song that you Arabia putting out once we hit 1
I will
million.
be putting out a song. Arabia's gonna be singing the hook. So I'll be
man.
rapping.
And I'm gonna add on to that. We hit 1 million and my song come out, I'm gonna put out my sex tape once we get 1 million. So get to 1 million subscribers. Telling you the co-guests on there crazy. I ain't gonna tell you on there. She crazy though. You gonna put it out. Get to that 1 million subscribers.
Different incentives, people like different things. You could get that or you could get that. Whatever you like. It is what it is. That's what we do up here. But
coming in hot, pause.
Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. 2 Big Macs. Like when they doing them 2 for $5.